The news just to hand, the Israeli Defense Force is warning of an infiltration from Lebanon into Israeli airspace. This statement made just in the last hour. We are also getting reports this morning that Israel has responded to a Hezbollah attack from Lebanon, with residents in the north of the country taking shelter from potential airstrikes. We're joined by Henry Fliegner this morning. He's one of the residents in northern Israel, and he joins us this morning. Thank you for being with us. Tell us what's happening where you are.
Well, at the moment, my children are downstairs in the bomb shelter, and I'm here. Hopefully, we won't be interrupted, but there have been several sirens. But I have to tell you that I also have a son at the moment that we haven't spoken to for 4 days. We don't know what's going on with him. He was mobilized. So it's not just what's going on around us, it's the whole situation. And yeah, as I said, we're on our toes and we're hopefully waiting to hear more news.
Can you tell us, Henry, exactly where you are right now and how close you are to that border with Lebanon?
Well, you know, Israel isn't such a big place. I'm about 60 kilometers from the Lebanese border. About 60 kilometers. And previously, we have had rockets that have landed here in the past. But at the moment, we're still waiting to see what develops.
And what advice are you getting at the moment? Obviously, you've said your children are downstairs in the bunker. Are there sirens where you are, or is that further north?
Oh, not my children, my grandchildren.
Oh, sorry.
As I said, one of my sons has been mobilized, and one of my daughters lives on the border with Gaza near Ashkelon. And so their children are all here with us at the moment, and we're trying to keep them calm. And they're, of course, very worried about what's going on. In our area, it's a question of wait and see at the moment. We're not right on the border, but if things do escalate, then distance 60 kilometers is nothing for a Hezbollah rocket. It's like 1 minute warning is about what we get.
Do you know, are you in contact with your son at all, or are you having to get information?
No, I haven't heard from him since he was mobilized. It was on Saturday morning they took him from the synagogue. He's in a combat unit, so we don't have contact with him. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We're obviously a world away here. You're a Kiwi yourself, so you know how far away we are. Can you give us a sense of what it's like there, what people are feeling?
Well, I was actually up until yesterday morning in Australia at a family wedding, and when this broke out and when the news started coming through, I got on the first plane I could to come back to be with my family. And the situation is grim, very grim. The stories that we hear, I'm a Holocaust survivor, not me personally, but my parents were. And some of the stories that are coming out of the people that were in the South in the last 4 days are familiar to me from the stories I got from my parents. The things that were done to the people in the South have got nothing to do with getting better conditions for the Palestinians. They've got everything to do with the playbook and with the rules that the worst terrorist organizations play by. And I'm talking about Islamic State, beheadings, rapes, murders, how that fits into getting a better deal for the Palestinians, hard for me to work out. And believe me, every election I look for the people that we can try and bring peace to Israel on our side. That's all I care about. That's what I want. But we have to survive. And we have to survive by protecting ourselves against the sorts of things that happened in the last 4 days. And so we're all pretty shocked. My daughter has just come back from the funeral. I landed yesterday, went straight to a funeral of a neighbor's son who was killed trying to defend people in the kibbutzim that were attacked. And we're all here, on the one hand, shocked, on the other hand, determined not to lose our belief and to get through this. All the questions that have to be answered about how it happened, they'll have to wait. First of all, we have to make sure that we get through this, and part of that is making sure that the victory that's being claimed by Hamas, okay, will not encourage them to try this kind of thing again.
Yeah, absolutely. Henry, we have to leave it there, but thank you very much for being with us this morning from the northern part of Israel, 63 kilometres south of the border with Lebanon. That's Kiwi Henry Fliegner, who has some harrowing accounts of what is happening there and has attended some funerals himself, as he's just outlined. It's just gone 12 minutes after 6 o'clock.